Taking a little bit. Oh,
All right, let me go share.
okay. Let's go, Sherry. Internet. Oops. Let's go back to the comments. Mhm. Hey, hey, let's share. Okay.
We're just going live at 7 o'clock. Well, we're already live. We're gonna start at 7 o'clock.
Yes, we are live today on Facebook and on YouTube.
YouTube. Per.
Yay.
In the
Find
First
meantime, if
episode live.
you're watching, before we get started, go ahead and make sure that you're following us on YouTube, subscribed on YouTube, and if you don't
Follow
know,
us
we're
on
also on, yeah, follow us on Instagram,
TikTok.
TikTok. Go to your Apple Podcast app, Spotify Podcast app, whatever podcast app you have. We're there too.
all the things, all the places, and all the ways.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yes.
Get this tea, but get cozy in the cocoon, y'all. I'm getting cozy. I hope you know.
I like that.
Getting cozy in the
The
cocoon.
cocoon.
Destiny
Mm-hmm.
Davis crochets.
Mhm. Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Okay.
We're almost ready. Kaya's still
I don't know what she's
moves
saying.
around.
I'm here.
As long as your eyes aren't bothering you, we good, Pooh. Oh, you know what? I gotta put my phone in airplane mode. I mean,
Sweetheart, it was my
silent.
head.
Focus. Do not
Okay.
disturb.
What is this?
All right, 7 o'clock, y'all. It's
All
seven
right.
o'clock. Okay.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Silver Cocoon
The Silver
Podcast.
Cocoon Podcast.
We are your hosts, Kaya.
Ife.
And Maya. And today's episode, we're in season 2, episode 1. And today's episode is
Episode
letting
2.
leveling up. Episode 2, yes. Leveling up, let go, or stay stuck. And I'm really excited
What
about this
y'all
episode
doing?
today. What,
What y'all doing? Where y'all at?
what are you doing? This is just a super exciting episode and a super exciting topic. Because I feel like we all have something to add to this conversation from different perspectives for sure. And we've got some fun games. We've got some really fun games to play also today. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in, y'all.
And this was actually a topic that a few viewers suggested, correct, Maya?
That's true.
Correct.
That's true. A few of our OG viewers have been wanting us to talk about
Yes.
this since the beginning. Shout out to Sierra. She's an OG viewer.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming up with names for you guys still. If you have suggestions, leave them in the comments. I thought butterflies, but it's okay.
I thought Coon family, but okay.
Cool. What? Kyle, what? Kyle, what?
I cannot.
Kyle, what?
The cocoon, our coon family.
Kaya, do you know what
I know.
coon means?
Well, but it could mean something different in our
For
case.
us, right? Yeah.
Cocoon. We're in the coon. Maya said getting comfortable in the coon. Did you not say that?
In the cocoon. Anyways, okay. So,
Y'all are hilarious.
Okay,
Okay,
let's.
so in the cocoon, leveling
Uh-huh.
up, letting go, or staying stuck. Let's go. Let's go.
We're
Oh, yeah.
hopping into our first game. Let it go or stay stuck debate. We got 2 questions here, and we gonna see what we doing. We staying stuck in that situation, or we just gonna let it go?
Okay, let's hear it.
All right. So for the first question, are we going to let go of a stable but unfulfilling job to pursue our passion, or are you going to stay stuck for the security?
I'm
What's
letting go. Oh, I'm letting go. Like that's
Are you letting
for
go
me.
immediately?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I have. I always do.
Yeah, Maya do.
Right, right. So I'm letting go, but with a plan. Capricorn in the house. Like I'm definitely letting go, but I'm going to have some type of plan. And it might not be a plan that is, that makes sense to everyone else, but as long as it makes sense to me, but I will have a
Mhm.
plan. What about you,
What
Kai?
about you, Kaya?
Um,
Jinx.
y'all know me. I'm big on security. I might gotta stay stuck just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna stay stuck forever. My plan will be to let go eventually. But
Right.
I'm gonna have to stay stuck a little bit because security, that's important to me. Feeling secure is important to me. But once I stack up the funds to stay feeling secure after I let that job go, then we can pursue that passion. That's how
I
it is for
What
feel
me.
I've
like,
noticed about
go
you,
ahead.
Kaya, is that if a thing becomes, if it's dragging your energy too much, then you're ready to go.
Well, no, you're right, but guys, if we have to think about like my past jobs and stuff like that, like I
She
do
stays.
hold on
She
to it for
stays.
a little minute now.
No, you
I be
do.
complaining for a little minute, but I still stay
You
because of
do.
the security.
Right. And then it reaches a tipping point.
It does.
And then
It
you're
does.
getting
It
my notice
does. It
ASAP.
does. But like I say, like I could let go sooner than I do, is what I'm saying.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. But eventually I'm gonna let go.
And we have a viewer, I don't know if she's here yet, who knew that this was going to be our topic today and has experience, is in the middle of experiencing something just like this. And so not only the question about will we stay or will we let go, but what actually gets you to the point where you can peacefully release the job,
Mm.
step out
What
of
are
the
y'all
situation.
talking about?
So none of you don't consider
But
any of
see,
that.
but
None of
see,
this.
I
What do you mean peacefully?
but see, because I'm that way
No,
too with
with
peacefully.
peace, in
With
peace in
peace.
yourself.
Because with letting situations go too, y'all know, well, Maya's just Maya, but y'all know, with letting situations go with me too, like I also, no matter how much it's affecting me, I also still want to let the situation, like I still want to leave on good terms. Like I still think about, oh
Oh,
dang, like
Yeah,
oh.
how
you
am
can do it.
I, Maya said, oh, how am I, like, how is me leaving going to affect them? Like I do think about those things because I'm like, dang, like, I understand how much I provide to this job. So I do think about those type of things. So I'm and I know a lot of jobs, like once you get going, like they really don't be caring that much. Like they just replace you. But I still be like, I know what I had to contribute to the jobs that I'm in. Like people be loving me where I be working at. So I be thinking about that. I wanna let go peacefully.
Yeah, I think that I'm a mix of both of you.
Yeah,
Um,
gotta be.
yeah, Kaya cares way too much. My doesn't care at all.
At all.
So
I
And
am a
I say adios.
serial. Yeah,
okay, next.
literally, like immediately.
All right.
Okay,
The
next
next
one.
one. Would you let go of a friendship that's become one sided, or stay stuck with it because of the history that you share? Mom, you can answer this one
Neither.
first.
Oh,
Okay,
Um,
and one sided, can we do like one sided is in like what we're
yes, you're not
once.
receiving what you're giving.
yeah, that's
Okay.
not a friendship anymore,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
If it's not reciprocal, that's
yeah.
really not a friendship.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on the situation. I
They
don't
might be
think,
going through a season where they can't reciprocate.
You're
well,
right.
yeah, but all things considered, but let's say it's not that. Like
Okay, okay,
it's a
okay.
situation. I think that I may adjust the friendship. I
You're
may
right.
put some distance. I don't know if I'm completely cutting them off.
Off.
The letting
Yeah.
go is a cutting type of situation.
It
It's
is. Yeah.
dibble. It's not a hang on a little bit. It's a, I'm done completely.
Adios.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said neither, because I wouldn't really cut them off, because obviously we've been friends for a while, but it's also probably just gonna like, I don't have a lot of time in my day to be given to somebody that, like it's just gonna be what it is. We'll
it's
talk a
just
lot less.
taking and
We'll
taking.
just
So,
talk a lot less.
Yeah, but I feel like I've been that friend sometimes that it may have seemed like, the relationship has become one-sided on that person's behalf. Like, but it's not intentional. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, you could just be going through something or whatever. Like it's never, I'm not intentionally wanting to make you feel that way, but it can come off that way. So, but I'm a great friend at the end of the day. And once I snap out of that, like I'm there, da da da. So I would hate for somebody to cut me off because of that. And then like we're adults at the end of the day, like
yeah.
you can't just, and I mean, I know certain friendships, like they just communicate a lot more than what I just see is even just reason, like what I even like, how I don't even know. But it just depends on the people. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't let go either. Like you said, I think I just agree with your answer.
Yeah. I think that it generationally too, I know when I was younger, I did have some friendships that seemed to be a little demanding and obsessive. Like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect if I call you that you need to call me back with, unless it's, an emergency situation. If I call you, I'm just calling. Whenever you get back to me, you get back to me. And vice versa. It's how I see it. I did have some friendships where they were like, I called you 2 hours ago. Like, I didn't hear from you. I'm
Those
like,
can't last long. Those don't last long. We talked about this on our last episode, because do you like me or do you like me like me? Like, what's going on here?
Right. So, and I guess it depends on someone's perception, because one-sided to a person like that, they could feel like I'm in a one-sided friendship here. This person doesn't
And that's how they feel, but that's also a level of entitlement and just not understanding space. But that's also why this conversation is very subjective. Like Kaya said, one
It
friend
is
may feel one side,
subjective.
even it's subjective, and you can't. My thing is, like, you can't take it personally if someone decides to let go of you in that way. Like,
Yeah.
like you just can't take it personally
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You can't take it personally.
I guess
you
friendships have to be equally yoked as well.
Friendships have to be equally yoked.
Yeah, they do.
Be equally yoked.
But yeah, definitely can't stay stuck in friendships. I feel like that. I don't know. I feel like the busier you are, the easier it is to make that decision. Though, if you don't have a lot going on in life and you got plenty of time to just hang out with people, you might stay around people you don't need to stay around for longer than if you got a lot going on in life. You have a lot of responsibilities and just you're going after accomplishments. You got to be a little bit more specific about your time.
Yeah,
and that's what's made it easier for me.
Because when you don't have a lot of, if you don't have a lot going on, you tend to fill your space.
You're filling your space. Yeah, you're just filling it.
Yeah.
But in order to level up, you got to let go so that you don't have that much space to fill. But anyways.
Oh, no. That you just have a different space, because we don't always have to fill space.
I like that. A different space.
If you have, but I'm saying if you have, but like fill space, like my days are full, but like I'm going to the beach and running and meditating and painting. I'm not saying like you're busy, but like you're just doing something, or being. Being is filling space too. I be being. And I'd rather be being.
It's good to we definitely want to define that, because a lot of people think filling space means being busy.
Right. I'm glad you saw me to define that. Yeah.
Right.
Just being is enough, and we need to be doing more of that. But okay.
Yes. Okay.
Destined to her. Hey, Destiny.
Hey, Des.
Destiny.
I'm actually thinking about you while we're talking about this. Okay.
All right. So the psychology of letting go. I'm going to throw a few questions out here so we can just have a discussion about what does it mean? What does it actually mean to let go? When we're saying we're letting go, what does that look like, right? Why is it so difficult for people to let go, to release a thing?
Ooh. Can I?
What does stuck feel like? And what's the most challenging part of letting go for you personally?
Okay, can I go real quick before I forget?
Yeah.
What are we?
Okay. The
That
first
was a lot of
question
questions.
was
Section,
right. That was a
I'll
lot of
post
questions, boo.
on
So
it.
the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
one was why do we stay stuck? Like what like why do we choose to stay stuck
Mhm.
sometimes, or what
No,
makes
that
letting
wasn't the
go
first.
hard?
What is letting go?
What is letting go?
Okay. Letting go is like, I don't know, for me, it kind of has to be a cold turkey type of thing. Like, it's just like choosing that something's not for you and like, boom, it's over and closing that chapter. I did hear from guidance from people that are wise and saying that I do close chapters a little too hardly. But that's what letting go for me means it's amputated. Don't ask me about it. Don't like so that's letting go for me.
Mhm.
But there's one thing that you said. What was the second question?
Second question was, why is it so
Why is it so
difficult
hard?
for
Oh.
people to let go? Whether it's emotional baggage, relationships, material things, why do we want to
Two
hold
things.
on?
For me personally, I feel like it's hard for me to let go sometimes because of comfort, and that's something that I really have to like get used to. Like I'm very much a creature of habit and a creature of comfort. Like when I go to the car wash, I park in the exact same spot to dry my car out. Like I could
I
eat the
didn't know
exact
that
same thing
about
for
you,
breakfast.
Maya.
Girl,
I literally do every
not you
like
sounding like me.
I can repeat the exact same thing. Oh, I can eat the same thing for breakfast every day for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like I love that. I'll go to a restaurant, order the same exact thing. Like I don't like to switch it up. So comfort is extremely important to me. So when it comes to having to let go of a relationship, let go of feelings, let go of a job, like if I felt comfort there, it's extremely difficult for me. Like I love comfort.
Mhm.
So it's very uncomfortable to let go. And sometimes letting go makes you realize there's the feelings of like sometimes you have to face yourself like, okay, why did I hold on to this thing for so long? So then that's why like if you don't let go, you don't really have to think about that yet. But if you let go, you're like having the remorse, like how did I even let this become a part of my life? Like, you know, things like that sometimes.
Mhm.
That's how I feel with relationships sometimes.
So
And then
habit for you is comforting.
what is it?
Habit, predictability for you is comforting.
Predictability is comforting. It is. And I
Comforting.
think about
That's
the guy friends that I have that are extremely predictable. I love hanging out with them so much because I know exactly what you're gonna do at this point. And you know,
Girl,
like it's just it's so
one
comforting
person
to
came to
me.
mind
Well, yeah. One
immediately.
there's two, but yeah. But that is just like so comforting to me. Like I don't know why. Maybe it's the trauma.
Mhm.
No, I think it's just your personality, Maya. I think it's just your personality, which I find interesting because I'm the complete opposite.
Really?
I will, yeah.
Are you surprised?
I'm not going to park somewhere or going into a building or opening something. I'm going to look at all the different ways I can do a thing, even real
You
simple
do.
things,
You do.
even real
You
simple
do.
things. So I don't want to, have just this habit of being and everything looks the same and I'm following a certain pattern all the
I
time.
feel
I
like
feel
it
like
may have to do with ADHD, that may be comforting to a brain that has ADHD, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. To have things be the exact same as
maybe,
often as possible.
maybe,
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Because
anyway, before we get
I'm that way about certain things too. So
yeah. I feel like, and I think this is why letting go for me is a lot more pleasant because I don't, just in general, I like to mix things up. I like to mix things up. I like
okay,
fresh,
that sounds so toxic.
new,
it does. It does. In
That
I like
sounds
general,
fresh
so toxic.
experiences,
I
new
like to mix it up.
things. So I like to experience all the things that life has to offer. And so if I stay in a certain pattern, no, this is not toxic, you guys.
No, I'm laughing because like Kai and I are Virgo moons and you're a Sagittarius moon, and that's what's showing so bad right now. But your moon is about where you find your comfort. And so like that's actually hilarious. But that's why a lot of people don't date Sagittariuses, because because of what you just said.
No, but in a relationship, I'm a very loyal person. But
I
I need
know, I
excitement
know.
in the relationship, though. Like if it becomes just the same thing day after day, the monotony of it
You
all,
letting it go.
woo, like that
Really?
that is going to cause me
But you and Destiny are a lot alike in that way too, though.
That's
Mhm,
what Destiny just said. She said, "Tell him, Mama, moving right along."
exactly.
That's hilarious.
We need some freshness, refresh this. We have to do some things. I live for an exciting, vibrant life. So, you know,
That's
so
Shoot.
letting go can be kind of easy.
What was the last question? Oh,
So here, real quick, let's couch this letting go in, because I think it's good if we get on the side where we understand letting go is just the process of letting go, the nature of letting go is really built into our lives naturally, right?
yeah,
So
naturally, yeah.
like seasons, there's a pattern of that. You have the fall, winter, there's a decay, death process. You're dealing with, certain mechanics, like you have a car, you have to flush things out. You have to, in order for something to be healthy and continue to operate and continue to flourish, you have to have a let go season. And so we too are nature, and we have to embrace that. It's good to embrace that as a part of our beings, that we go through a decay, death, rebirth process on a cyclical basis. So when you can build in an assessment. You can do this twice a year, once a year, every season, whatever, where you take an assessment of things that are going on, who you are now, where you are going, what isn't quite fitting,
Mhm.
and then that way, it doesn't have to come as such a shock, and doesn't have to feel like this,
You're jolted because it's going to happen regardless.
of experience, because you see this as a part of your wellness. The letting go, the purging, the cleansing, the clearing is just a part of being alive, right? And adding more things on top of stuff that you haven't let go of is just going to crowd the space and kill the vessel. So we need to let go, periodically. So it's not like something is wrong. It's just a part of, being alive.
Yeah,
Just
I was reading this book, The Energy Codes, and it was talking about how contraction and except like contracting and then going out, and then is what makes me think about that. Like there has to be a contraction in order for you to go forward. Like when you breathe in, things are contracting, and you exhale, like it happens everywhere. Like there has to be that, like, in order for it to open back up. So that's really interesting to think about, and I like that you said to like kind of plan your letting go rather than let it happen, because
right, or be shocked by it, or feel like things are coming undone, or you're going through a crisis. It's just like, no, it's time to
But
leaves.
isn't
and you
letting
feel
it
lighter.
go?
Let me actually explain this really quickly, and this is kind of maybe gonna draw a little bit in together before I forget. When you're, because in order to level up, and when we say level up, what do you guys mean by level up?
Just
What
your
comes to mind when
natural
you think about leveling up?
transformation, evolution process, like
Evolution and becoming a better person,
Better
attracting
person.
better
becoming
opportunities,
a fuller you,
a
whatever.
fuller you, yeah. Having a more a life that you're more pleasantly enjoying, like that's what I think about. But there's
Fulfillment.
this thing in metaphysics where, like, the lighter that you are, the more open you are to receive things. So you have to make sure that, like, energetically you're not carrying things physically, like that song Bag Lady by Erica Badu. Like you have to let go, and it's like a river. Like if there's a whole bunch of rocks in a river, the water can't flow. Like, but if you clear them up, it's flowing, and that's what your body's energetic channel is like. um from like a yogi standpoint. So like you literally have to let go or stay stuck, and if you don't let go, those things turn into like physical illnesses and things like that.
Right.
But
That was just, you expanded on more of what I was saying. Like it's a part of our nature. It's just a part of our nature. So it doesn't have to feel like a violent act, or that there's something wrong, or that there's conflict. It's just like, I need to clear, I need to purge. Like what's on
so
the
how do
chopping
we let go? I think that's
block?
what.
We're getting
Oh yeah,
ahead.
my bad.
What's
My
on the
bad.
chopping
My bad.
block?
But
Go ahead, Kaya.
Oh yeah, we
but
do have that is coming in. That's coming up. We'll get to that, Des.
what was I about to say? But letting go, because Mom, you were saying something about well, first you say, okay, plan for that. So you're not right. So it's essentially like most times it's a choice. Like you're choosing to let go of something. So if it's a choice, how are you what did you say? How can you be surprised or caught off guard. You said something along those lines, like, you know, you plan ahead or you whatever, so you're not surprised, so you're not caught off guard. But like, how? But no, but how? If it's a choice, you're choosing to do this, so how are you caught off guard when you chose to do this?
Well, that's
No,
what I'm
because
saying.
it'll happen.
You're not
Huh?
caught off guard. That is when you're choosing it, when you are aligning with the, you know, building that into your own process, then you're usually not caught off guard.
I think
Okay,
I
so
have
are
a,
you
also
saying,
Kaya, so
just really one more, so are you
Yeah.
guys saying that there are times when the world lets go for you, or like, you know, it's not you
So
making that choice, it's
I
just it kind of just happens?
I get what you're saying,
No.
and I think, Mom, you can agree with this as well. Like when you decide, like, okay, and Mom, you taught me this too. Like if you're constantly putting out there that you want better for yourself, then it's
Okay.
gonna come one way or another. So
Right.
it's either like you meet it ahead of time, like Mom is saying, and evaluate and let go. But once you're putting that out there, like it's gonna come and clear things up regardless. Some people are just like, what do you think, Mom? Like,
So I think I'm gonna highlight
Yeah, I like that.
yeah, she said you can't grab something if your
If your
hands
hands
are
are
full.
full.
So to that point, Kaya, if we are cultivating a certain life for ourselves, the
Mhm.
work that we do before those things can show up is the letting go process. You have to make
Okay.
room, right? You
Okay.
have to make room. So that's why this built-in process is so important, because where you're going, you can't fully experience and embrace the things that are coming if your attention is still faced and given to the things that don't serve you anymore, that aren't in alignment with the vibration that you are now or where you're going. So you do have to do this cyclical clearing, cleansing process.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to, because we're going to get into
we're gonna get into how,
Yeah.
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 What was the last question that was on that? If we didn't already touch on it.
Let's see. The last question was,
I
what's
think it
the most
was
challenging part of letting
of
go?
letting go. And I think Maya said too, comfortability. I feel like that's a big thing in relationships. I would agree with that. Just like a lot of people are afraid to let go just because, and especially if you're a like Maya said, you're somebody that's just comfortable with a schedule and a routine. Like you may know that something is no longer healthy for you, but you're afraid to let it go, or it's hard to let it go just because you've been doing it for so long and it's just comfortable, and now you don't know what's next after you let it go.
That's
Like,
the
are you
part
gonna
that's hard,
find
the not knowing for
not
me.
knowing? Are
I
you
used
gonna
to always be like, there's a
No.
question mark. Mom, do you
yeah,
remember
no.
that? When there would always be points, because that's our life, where it would be like, there's just a big question mark ahead. And it's just
And
like,
mom
now
is
I embrace
like,
the question mark. Like, I
yeah.
don't know, let's
I
go.
learned that
The mom is
early on
always the
in
don't
my
worry about the
20s.
question mark.
No, I learned that early on in my 20s about embracing the unknown, the
But
space
that
of
can
the
be
unknown.
that's the hard part
And
about
that
letting
can be
go.
frightening. That can really be frightening because you really don't know.
The fear
Um,
of no.
but it takes practice. And when you trust the process more and more, and you have those experiences, when I actually do commit to letting go of a thing that's not in alignment with me, the results are always wonderful.
Yeah.
After it works out, that
Yeah.
keeps proving itself to me time and time and time again. So now I can say that with wisdom, like, yeah, let it go. Don't worry about all of that. Just let it go, because it will always prove to work in your benefit when you release something that isn't in alignment anymore.
And sometimes letting go can be getting rid of things that feel good. So it may not even be comfort, but it does feel good and it brings you joy. It's just not healthy. And so
Yeah.
That's that
What I
toxic.
also think too is that sometimes that joy comes at a price.
yeah, like sugar. I'm trying to let go of sugar, but it's so good, and dairy. That's what I'm thinking
I just
about.
in a very practical manner, like the sugar is hard. It is hard for
So
me.
hard.
Yeah. I said one of the things that I struggle with letting go is that, and
But
Mike are probably going to they may not agree, but I can be a very sensitive person.
Destiny said like
And
drugs.
the sugar part, yeah.
No, she said like drugs.
Like drugs.
Oh, okay. I'm like, oh,
You
because
ain't
sugar
lying,
is good
sis.
too.
Go
Sugar
ahead.
is a drug, but no, really, Ooh.
Oh yeah, because some people have a hard time with letting go of like smoking and things like that. Like it's not healthy for you, but it brings you
So
peace. It
that's where
brings
we
you
get into
That's
the
what we'll visit that.
physiological. That's a little different, and that letting go requires some clinical. Sometimes it needs some, different type of help, because the brain
because then
and
it
those
becomes an
other things
addiction.
become
He's
addicted.
like, we're not qualified to talk about this right now. We don't have the qualifications.
That's not. We're not going into the clinical mental health stuff at this moment, but
You were saying
yeah,
we might not. You were
being
saying it'll.
sensitive about, because I think in the letting go process, I will allow myself the time to feel all the parts of it.
Of letting it go.
Yeah, because you want to fully grieve, you want to fully accept what's happening.
Mine is so like animated.
You want to fully grieve, you want to fully, because that's me. I'm a feeler. So I want to move through all of those processes before I let the thing go. And so that sometimes makes it difficult.
Very much so. I just feel like,
Well, girl, you made
I
a
feel like
face
a
like you
lot
had
of
something
the
So
things
waiting
that
for you to follow up on that.
because of facial expression, like you had something to
me,
say.
oh, because I forgot that I wrote a poem literally about leveling up, letting go, or staying stuck. Like I literally wrote a poem about this like 2 months ago. But it's
Wow.
about and we'll talk about this more when we get into the, later part of the episode, but it's about the emotional part of that. Like, there's some things that you may not even realize that you're carrying on to, but you have to go back and let it go before you can continue ahead. And in the poem, I was talking about how like you can, like, let's think about a tower. If the foundation's not strong, then you can't build too high, right? You can stay where you're at, but if you want to build higher, you may need to go back and fix that foundation and
Stronger
strengthen it and
foundation.
let go of the rubble and build, like it kind of goes in that area, but just like letting go or staying stuck, because you can just stay. But if you want to, like, if
Yeah. I want to address something Destiny says about feeling it sucks. So
yeah,
it does, but here's why it's important to feel it. And we're jumping ahead a little bit, but I want to make this comment now, because when you don't process all the way through, it will show back up.
and that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
It will show back up. You want to look at it from all angles. You want to understand and dive into all of the things about you that has that has created this experience for you, and feel it totally and completely, and gather the strength and the insight from that. Because when you don't do that, something stays in the corner, and it's going to recreate that experience, or bring that person back, or bring that circumstance through a completely different person back to your life. So it is important to feel all the way through it, so you can really learn yourself in that process.
Feeling it does suck though. Feeling it does suck. I don't know though. Now when I cry, I get kind of happy because I didn't feel things for a very long time. So now that I feel things and let them go, I'm like, this is great. I'm letting it, because I know that means it's being letting go. Even though it doesn't feel good and I'm sad in the moment, I'm like, I know this means that it's really actually going, and I can really move forward after this.
Yeah, absolutely. But feeling it, woo, man, that can take you to some places, but it also opens you up to experience the fullness of life too. We're so afraid sometimes to go to the heights and the depths and the widths of what it means to experience life. And so when we just allow ourselves to go wherever we need to go, then we also increase our capacity to experience joy, to experience bliss. Like you can go there even more deeply too. So it is important to just feel it all.
Can you is there a way to make it not hurt as much when you're feeling it?
No.
But so hurt okay, so has there ever been like situations where the pain that feeling it causes you has stopped you from letting it go?
Ooh, that's
Dang, that's a
great.
great question.
That's a great. Okay, so this is important to say. This is really important to say. And I think everyone needs to have a container. Please find
Dang.
a safe and healthy container. Um, Destiny. Like, we're gonna have to address this drug thing because we're gonna come back
We
to
just
that.
be cha-cha
And
sliding,
then,
y'all.
actually, what I'm about to say kind of relates to that too, because you want to have a healthy container that can be a support system, that can be a spiritual system, that can be, one of those things that can support you and hold space through your processes. That there is an expectation, not an expectation, but a standard, um, um, and allowing a witness to where you're going, right? So you're just not there by yourself, just bumping around in all these feelings and repeating patterns, right?
Mhm.
So when you have that, then you have somewhere to place the pain,
Okay.
because you know that there's going to be a specific outcome, or the outcome will be the resolution of that. You don't know what it's going to look like, but you know you're going to get there one way or another. That
Right.
is the thing that can help drive, like your North Star. You need to have a North Star. You need to have a North Star. I would not recommend, I'm glad you brought that question up. I would not recommend people just plunge into the depths of feeling and they don't have a North Star, because that could lead to some other things that would be way more destructive. So we didn't even think about the fact that we're talking about letting go in the context of, having a healthy container, some type of community. You need some type of
You need
support.
community. Yeah,
You need some type of support.
you need it. You can't,
People
it's not
spiritual
healing, and letting go is not an individual. It's
it is.
not an individual thing. You cannot do it alone.
You should not.
You shouldn't do it alone. And you can, but you shouldn't.
Yeah,
Um,
you should not.
yeah.
So that's a good point, which is why we're going to go ahead and bring the drug thing back in. Which is why some people do numb, because it can be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
It can be
Yeah.
extremely overwhelming. But let me tell you, the space of just allowing yourself to feel is so empowering. It's so empowering, whether how painful or euphoric it is. There's a lot of power to gather there.
And just
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say to one of our viewers, Destiny, there's something that she told me recently that also like kind of puts it here, like you said, so much more space. Like in a lot of the feelings that like she shared with me that she feels, there's also been moments she's like, I actually felt so happy that I could cry today. Like I was so happy at this point, and I
Mhm.
felt so like I really felt so present, and I cried because I was so happy. Like with those sad moments, you're also in opening yourself up to feel like the beautiful,
Yeah,
loving moments. And I
yeah,
think that's what for me, what can make it worth it. Like I be crying a lot now, but like it'd be happy tears and it'd be sad tears. But it's like that's the whole purpose of being human at the end of the day.
Mhm. Mhm. Or being alive.
Being alive, being
Being
alive, being
alive.
alive.
I was just
Yeah.
having a conversation with someone about the things that we do when we're not able to feel. And I mentored a young girl. This was probably 20 something years ago, and she was a cutter, right? And through mentoring her, I realized that people don't cut because they want to end their life, or that they want to cause themselves harm. They want to feel alive, which is why they actually do it. It's because there's so much overwhelming them, or there's not enough that validates them as a being. When they cut, they feel life, and
Mm.
it wakes them up, right? So the suppression of feeling and the absence of community that says it's okay for you to feel and okay for you to be, right? Um,
Mhm.
can cause some extremes in that way. So we just need to support each other more in the feeling thing. So letting go, is going to bring you some feelings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
will. It will. But it's definitely worth it in the long run, for sure. Did we want to like start touching on like actionable ways to let go now that we're in this?
No,
Or
we're still, let me see, where are we at? Where are we at, you guys? We're trying to stay on the agenda. Um,
keep it tight, get it right, get it tight. The little Snickers sound like shade.
huh?
I told Kaya her little Snickers sound like shade.
Oh, you know what? I want to say some. I want to add to the why we may think it's so hard to let go of
Mhm.
certain things. Because a lot of times the things that we have in our life we associate with our identity. We feel like this
Mm,
is who I am. This is
yeah,
what makes me me. When really it's just an outfit. You can take it
yeah,
off and put
yeah.
something else on. Like it's not that deep. It's really not that deep. And you will still be you.
Yeah.
But we create this persona that we've become so married to, and we think it's
Ooh.
what we are. I think it's hold on. We think it's what we
Okay, yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Who
yeah.
we are. And so it's just difficult. And it really, if you think about it, we're worried about what other people are going to think, because that's what
Mm-hmm.
identity persona is.
That's all I was
It's
just
about
thinking
how
about.
other people see us. And so we become so married to that it's difficult for us to say, well, I'm going to let this go when it's so much a part of my identity. This is who I am. This is who people believe that I am. When it's really just an outfit, and you have so much more freedom to choose a myriad of options that will be appropriate for wherever you are in your life. And just embracing that freedom to take off an outfit and put something else on.
I feel like with that, it's important to have people around you that are non-judgmental and that are able to like, understand the duality of things. Because like you said, if you care about what people think and there a lot of people in your life think a certain way, it can be really difficult because then it may feel isolating if you try to let go of something that's married to your identity and people judge you, blah, 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 blah. So I think it's important to surround yourself with people that understand the dualities and embrace, that aren't married to an identity of yours either, if that makes sense. Like,
That is
Yeah.
very, very true. If I think about the people in my life that I can go to for counsel and support in those spaces of letting go and evolving, they know the core of who I am, right?
Mhm.
And they're like, they already know. I can be so random and do some random stuff. So no one is expecting
mhm.
or discouraging a certain thing because they
Yeah.
just want me to be well no matter what. And so
Yeah.
that's really important. I want to shout my sis out. My sis is here. Joby has joined the chat.
Hey, Joby.
Hey, Joby.
Um, so yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Good point. Good point.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that was a good point.
It makes me think about the seasons I have experienced in my life and the friends who have been there through all of those seasons,
Hmm.
um, as opposed
Yup.
to those who have been there for certain seasons.
Yup. And that's what
And then they're
identifies
married to
the
that
real
identity, but when that
friends.
changes, they're like, I
That's
wouldn't
what
say it's not even real
identifies.
friends though. I wouldn't even say they're fake friends for not doing that though, because some
Well,
people
I didn't
literally
say
just
that.
only see. But Kaya did. Kaya said real friends, so that's what I was kind of like talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
Well, but I
I
feel
feel
like
like it doesn't make them not a real friend because in people's reality, that's what it is. So if someone's mindset in this reality is like, okay, this is what I think is right and wrong, and this is someone that I love, and they have this, and they change that, it may feel conflicting to what they agree. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So they're not
but
taking
it,
okay, but no, but do you agree with every single thing that your friends do? Like, no, you're not
no,
gonna
but
agree.
I'm a different
But
type of person though. And my
and I'm
moral
a,
compass is not that strong. So, like, I
I get that.
allow my friends, huh?
to be
I,
who they are. You allow
To
your
be who
friends to
they
but
be
are.
that's
I'm
what
not
I'm
I
saying.
don't
a lot
feel
more
like
flexible.
But that's what I'm saying. And I feel like you're a real friend because of that. You're not stuck on this idea of
That's
Mhm.
true.
one
That's
that's
true.
what I'm saying. That's exactly
Good
what I'm saying.
point.
You're not
Because
you're
That's
not
are
true.
you
stuck
loving an
on
ideal or are you really loving the person?
the
But that's
person.
unconditional
Are you
love.
loving
That's what
the outfit
unconditional
or are
love
you
is.
loving the core? Is
The
what
outfit of the core. And I feel like that's a real
you're saying.
That's
friend. That's a
real.
real that does
But
identify
it
real and fake friends. Because if they
do you
can't
feel like
if they genuinely love you and you to your core, like we're all adults here, like you said, we should know by now that there's a difference between core and outfit, like you said, whatever. So
Yeah.
if they cannot if they're not okay with the changes or they're feeling like if they're just stuck to how you are when you met them. I mean, and then with life, like life changes, people change. So if
yeah,
you can't stick through those seasons, like mom said, I don't feel like that's a true friend. Because
that's
then
true.
even you may a person may go through a season and where you feel like they crashing out and you like like I really
What are you
don't
doing over
like
there?
come on now. I
Right,
don't
right.
agree with nothing that you're doing right now, but I know that you're clearly
Going
going through
through
a
it.
very
Going through
tough
it.
time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I even know that this is not really who you
Your
are. You know what I'm
core.
saying? But
Yeah.
sometimes it happens like that, but are you going to just let them crash out and leave because you don't agree with the decisions that they're making? Like, no, you still are going to stick through. You're going to help them through that season, though you don't agree with what they're doing. And then, they're going to make it out of that season and then they're going to be on to the next
That's true.
season.
That's true. There you go, Kaya.
Good
Very
point.
much so.
Absolutely.
So, in
Absolutely.
that, do you guys think that a lot of people have the capacity to see people at their core, or do you think that takes a level of vulnerability and like not like being surface level? Do you know what I'm saying? Because some people meet you as deep as they
I feel like,
can.
Like you said it right there. Some people will meet you as deep as they can. I think when a
Yeah.
person understands their own core, right, and it's not,
Mm.
in some ways, however they get there, it's not married to the image of all these different outfits you can put on, then they're able to meet their friends in that space as well.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you
But I
know,
feel like nowadays in this society, a lot of people are just surface level people, and that's what a lot of people are, especially social media. Like that's all you see is the social, not the social,
superficial. It's
surface level,
superficial.
the superficial, the surface level, the very like what you see, and
Mhm.
This
people
is my
are drawn
identity. Yeah.
to exactly. This is my identity, and this
The
is why
outfit.
you love somebody that you don't know because of what you see. Like
Because of their
that's
outfit.
because the outfit, like that doesn't make sense. And I feel like it's unfortunate, but that is the society that we are in today. That's the type of people that we're surrounded with. Like thankfully everybody is not like that, but majority of people nowadays are.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Um, yeah. So that's just pretty interesting to think
Thank
about
you,
when you put it like
sis.
that. So what's going on with the agenda?
Blue said Maya still gives guidance. She listens and doesn't judge.
I
That's very
really
true.
don't judge. I really
Maya don't be
don't.
judging.
I
Maya
don't.
don't be judging.
Okay, so I just want to make a couple of more points about the why it's so hard, right?
Okay. I
Okay.
mean,
Social,
because
Like,
it's
social
so
family
hard.
pressure.
It's so
No,
hard.
no, because I've lived a little. You know what I mean? I lived a little.
okay, well let's hear
We have
it. Let's
social and
rattle it
family
off.
pressure, fear of success or failure, lack of educational tools. You just don't know what to do
You just don't
other
That's
know.
true.
than where you are.
True.
We already talked about what others think in creatures. We're creatures of habit. So, okay, where we headed now, Maya?
I feel like we're just gonna get into like what one of our viewers asked before, how to take actionable steps to let go in different areas of your life. So like relationships, careers,
Mhm.
personal growth, and then like coping mechanisms and strategies to move forward. So I feel like with this, it's like I feel like I have a very specific example to use today
Mhm.
right now. A lot of times in my life, I have this thing called Maya 1.0, Maya 2.0, Maya 3.0. And I feel like Maya 3.0 came up with it, but it's like there's been very what's the word, specific times where you could look back at my life and be like, that's a totally different person, that's a totally different person, that's a totally different person, but
Yeah.
in a succession, in a progression. But at every level I had to let go of things and
Mhm.
then I had to level up, so it was a constant
Mhm.
like, okay. And after like maybe the third level, I started to feel when it was happening, like things are letting go, and I know that this next is going to be awesome. And then so I was like, I can't wait for Maya 4.0. I think I'm at 5.0 right now. Um, but it would be kind of stop. But after a while, I started to like realize, okay, when you feel it, how can, like mom said, because before it was moving, like mom said, it was coming out without me initiating it. I was being forced to let go of things. So I
Right.
started to evaluate. And the way that I started to do that would be like, okay, what does Maya 5.0 look like? What does she do with her day? What are the things that she likes and puts her attention to? Then I look at my life now and I say, okay, is that what she does? Does she like that? Does she put her energy to that? Does she, like, are these things that this person, this version of myself that I want to be next, is this existing in her world? And if the answer is no, I have to start the process of letting go of those things.
To get to it.
So there recently, I'm definitely moving on to Maya 6.0. And there was for me kind of
That's a
stuff.
lot of point O's, girl.
All right, right.
I mean, you got to think about it.
Transforming. She's evolving.
Okay.
I
You
am,
let
boo.
go of a lot of stuff.
And it's happening pretty fast. But anyways, but I think we could stay at 6.0 for a while because there's not much shedding to be done after this. And it better not be.
Honey,
I'm getting so no, but I'm like, mom, you said one time you were like the more that you shed, you did say that you like you're gonna get to the point where like the hardest stuff is what's last. Like the hardest stuff to let go of is
honey,
what Kaya, what's
you
so
haven't.
funny?
No, no,
Mom,
no, 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 no.
both of
Well,
y'all.
this is where wisdom comes in, right? There's always more.
There's always
And
more. That's true.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You're
No, no,
what?
no, no,
You're
no.
not even 30 and you think you're at your last frontier? Baby, no.
I said it may
Baby, you
last for
finna
a
have
while. I said it'll last. I'm hoping I can be here for 2 years before I gotta level up again. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want 2 years. Like I just want 2 years to be chilling. But in that, I realized that what I'm holding on to now was a lot of like stuck feelings and emotions from the past. And so I wasn't even able to clear out my channel, my brain to like attract the things that I want because I'm constantly telling stories in my head about feelings that I had, right? So, a practical way to let go of feelings and emotions in order to open yourself up for better experiences. I recently went to a rage room. And so I went in there and I hit stuff. I hit a car. I broke a laptop computer screen into smithereens, busted stuff, and then that was able to like release and let go of that. And then moving forward, I came home a few days later and I painted and I was able to let go in that way. A lot of my letting go, I get really creative with it.
yeah.
Especially that emotion was rage. You can't let
Mhm.
go of rage too many places. Like you really can't. Like you gotta find very safe containers for that. Um, but when you do, it's amazing. So there's that. I feel like that's a practical way. I feel, yeah, that was really good. That's how I let go of my rage recently.
Yeah. And I think that I've seen rage rooms. As a matter of fact, you guys, the first rage room that I saw was here in the set.
Really?
Yeah, Kai, have you seen it? Did you see it? You didn't see it? Yeah. I said it's by the Family Dollar somewhere and or General Dollar. I don't know. But anyway, I was like, rage room. Immediately I knew what it was
Wait, so
for.
you've never heard of rage rooms?
No.
Really?
Not before I
Really?
saw that. Yeah. And I figured what it was. And then when Maya was telling me,
That she went to one.
I think sometimes you do need a
You need a
physical
physical. Yeah.
outlet, right? Now, my physical outlet, and I think this reason why it may differ is because in the earlier parts of my life, I was a lot more.
Physical.
You didn't have a safe container to let it out, buddy. You just
I let out a lot of things on a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I was very expressive in that way. I could be volatile. I was, more of the fighting warrior type of energy. And then I transitioned into, um, you know, processing the letting go in a more simple and calmer manner. So my go-to now is meditation,
mm.
meditation,
to
prayer,
let to let go of
She's
rage as well.
evolved.
let go of all things, anything, all
She's
things.
evolved.
I will breathe it through from my toes to my head, from my head out to my feet. I will breathe,
That's
literally
amazing.
breathe,
That is amazing.
Yeah.
breathe.
It's real.
Um, there's been some experiences recently where I was like, the perfect response to this is to meet somebody's ass. Somebody in the throat. Is to wring somebody's neck. And divine counsel was like, no, you may not be confrontational. And so, right. So it further reinforced what I had been practicing. And to go into this space and let go. I don't want to give too much because this may lead into our game later. I don't want to say too much, but to just have a different way of approaching the letting go when it comes to rage and
quick question.
Yes.
Do we feel like letting go physically on a person is truly beneficial?
What you mean?
Fighting someone?
Hitting somebody?
Yeah, well, like hitting somebody, fighting somebody, harming somebody. Because, some people, like you said, sometimes you feel like that would be the ideal way.
The answer is always no. Don't
that would be Mom said that would be the ideal way. But okay, but no, because I feel like sometimes that would be the ideal way as well.
No,
but I'm saying like,
oh my God. And this is why y'all like
but
violence is never, human on human violence is never the answer, you guys. It's not your place. You have to release the need to deliberate personally.
I don't know about that. Sometimes it's definitely your place. Sometimes that person definitely deserves what's coming for them.
That's what they wanted. But I'm going to let you know right here, we are nature. We are nature. In the forest, in the jungle, if you're coming for me and mine, and there's an absolute threat that you can take me in mind,
I'm taking
you first. You're
getting devoured.
That's just a difference in opinions. I guess the yogi in me is just like,
but that was a genuine
nature too. Because if someone comes to your crib while you and Sahir are there, and they're a definite threat, what are you doing, mama?
Well, yeah, of course. That's immediate. That's literally different. When you're like, there's laws about that. There's literally laws about that. I would be legally able to do that.
You made a blanket statement.
That's totally different. So yeah, you're right. Violence is the answer sometimes when there's an immediate threat to your life or your
absolutely. Outside of that, and I think that
outside of that, yeah,
sure, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. But you still gotta. But there are times where you do feel like you really want to punch somebody in there, and that's when you got to find another way to let it go.
Yeah.
To let go.
Yeah.
And that's where rage rooms, journaling, music, art. I used to write, if I was mad at like my exes and my breakups, I would write the most nasty diss track ever. Like I would just pull it up and just start like saying the most. Y'all know I can cut throat. I would like, if I read those out loud, y'all would be like, oh my God.
Maya knows how to hurt feelings.
Hold on. And I think I'm a little responsible for that because Maya was never a physical fighter when she was growing up. And so I was like, you don't even have to do that. You are very, very witty with your words and you can cut deep. So use those as your weapon. Use your words as your weapon. Back them up with your words.
Yeah.
And when I tell you she perfected that craft.
I did. Because there's nothing anybody could say to me that would hurt my feelings. But I swear for God. Anyways, that's how I release.
Defense mechanism when she's young. And then, yeah. Okay, so Kaya, what about you? What do you what mechanisms do you use to let go? I would just be like, dude.
That's what I was about to say. It's pretty cold turkey for me. I don't really know. I don't really have and it's got to be that way. I feel like just because I feel like it has to kind of be that way. I guess maybe different situations, maybe a little different, but I really feel like it just has to be cold turkey.
Yeah.
Because I know that if I sit and try to like, yeah, I don't know.
You're just done.
I just gotta let it go. I just done, and I just have to let it go. I can't sit here and just elongate the process. I just gotta just let it go. But I mean, like I said, it really just depends on what it comes to. I feel like when it comes down to letting go of a person or a relationship with a person, it's more of like a cold turkey type of situation. But when it comes to like environments, like
So you
jobs.
see that it's less risky to your stability. A person, you could be like,
Because a person,
carry
if they're not paying your bills,
carry on. Right. Carry on.
No,
That's
it's not even about paying the bills, but it's just about like, yeah, like my like
give me a mind.
like yes, it is.
y'all need to
Because
stop
you just
because
said
no,
you have a hard time letting go of jobs because of stability. So you don't view humans as stability in that way. So that's why we
I
said the
don't.
paying bills part. Exactly.
Right, no, but I don't view humans as stability in that way. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
I don't view.
Okay,
I
where is
don't.
this in her chart, Maya? Where is this? Because
What? Where's what?
people to Kaya are
Very disposable.
disposable. They're replaceable. They're disposable. But there are certain structures in which that, like, we're not disposable.
No.
Yeah, there's certain people where you're locked in. But that's why
Yeah.
she outside of that. She
Where's
just
that
like,
make? Where might that be in her chart?
honestly, I don't know. I would have to look at her houses. Like that would be like I would have to pull up her chart and look at her houses. That's not a specific placement. It would need to be like her 11th house or her like 10th house. So I would have to see.
And let me just say this, Kaya, I appreciate and love that about you, though. Like, I admire that. I really do. Like, I tell people all the time, like, Kaya's a boss. Like, she's been a boss since she was, out the womb. Like, listen, she's
She
very
don't play.
and
I'll
dry.
be like, Kaya, what happened to so and
Music.
so?
Like,
When's the last time you talked to so and so? She'd be like,
You gotta let it go. Because once you started doing too much,
You're
like,
also a
babe,
very sweet person, though, Kaya. You are extremely sweet.
I
You
am.
give
And
a
that's why
lot.
and
You
that's
give
what
a
I'm
lot. You really do.
I do give a lot. And that's why when you start to do too much, baby, you just gotta go.
Yeah.
Because I can't deal with that.
Mhm.
I won't deal with that.
You
So
won't. Kaya's boundaries are strong.
very strong.
They're well defined. Kaya has well defined boundaries. Well defined boundaries. Why are you hungry?
because but
Y'all, I eat on I pull my snacks out
yeah,
and the
Maya is
snacks
a
are gone by the
snacker.
time the episode is gone.
Maya's a
I'm a
snacker.
breastfeeding mother. I need the calories.
Yeah, because I
And
even feel like
apple a
when it
day.
came to like smoking, I kind of had to cold turkey that too. Like, just certain like
You
I just
did.
have to just let it go. Once I
Mhm.
realized, okay, and I'm not gonna lie, I did test the water a little bit a few times afterwards, but then I was just like, girl, no, like you just gotta let it go. I've told y'all about those stuff,
You
right?
did.
Like y'all looking like, but and I didn't overkill it either. I wasn't like just hopping back into the field like, okay, boom, boom. Like no, I just because I was already kind of knowing like, hi, you gonna have to let this go. But yeah, I feel like I cold turkey that too.
Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. I think on a deeper level, letting go, we want to look at our patterns,
Mm.
right?
That word gives me PTSD.
Because it's easier to let go of a person, of a job, or what have you. But if there are patterns that are playing themselves out in our life, then we're going to call forward the same person. Or, yeah, we're going to call forward the same person, or we're going to call forward the person or the situation through something else if we still have that pattern there.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we focus on that it's not superficial letting go.
Getting to the root. So like pulling the whole root out. Otherwise it's just gonna grow. Like it's like cutting your hair, like or pulling a weed. Pulling weeds. You can't just pull weeds. You gotta pull them from the ground up.
Yes. Adia says Kaya's used to forcing grown Marines to buy her bracelets and wouldn't take no for an answer. She'd been a boss fast.
I remember
She was
that.
like
Yeah.
what, like 8?
When I used to make my little scarves and stuff. Yeah, mom, at your job, TC, I used to be hustling. I used to be
Hustler.
baby.
Through with all the things. This is $1. You went walking up to grown folks she had never met, and yeah, and making her money. You are very motivated by making $1. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing
No,
wrong with
that
it.
takes up a lot of space in Kaya's head. When you be on the phone with her, she gonna talk about how she getting $1 like, at least once in that conversation.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
I love it. I love it. I love it though. I love it.
Very much hustler.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to transition to our game? Do you think?
Are we already there?
Well, we have time.
We're almost there. We're almost
Okay,
there.
cool.
So, the patterns, though.
Oh
Did
yeah,
you
the patterns.
talk about that?
I don't want to talk about
Yeah,
that.
I well, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you realize patterns, you have to identify what it is that you need to let go of to stop that pattern from continuing, and that's difficult.
Right.
That takes self-reflection. That takes books. That takes mentors. That takes resources, and a lot of people don't have resources.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think it's identifying the wiring
The
that you
wiring, yeah, and that's subconscious programming
this
also.
subconscious program, the wiring that you have that produces these patterns. And then when you can identify the wiring and then rewire. Now,
So let's think of something that, like, an example that we can give the people. Like, what's an example of a pattern that has a source? And I didn't like, like, what pattern, what source, what's the wiring? So we can kind
right.
of full circle
So,
that.
so here we go. Like in real quick, when the rewiring does require, like you were saying, Maya, some support, whether that be mental health counseling, whether that be a wise elder, whether that be, you want to go there though, because you want people who are experienced in rewiring a thing. So examples of rewiring.
Okay. If we're thinking about there was a period where I had let's be vulnerable. There was a period where I had a pattern of, like, enjoying situationships. Like, I liked situationships. I was like, they're great. But then I was like, I think I can feel myself actually desiring relationships, but I'm so stuck in this pattern of situationships. That's what I kept attracting. And so I had to get at why I was still there. Like, even though I said I wanted a relationship, that was not, there was something below the surface that needed to get rewired.
Okay.
Can I just ask a quick question? And I just need a brief little answer. Because I know this question could take a lot, like a long explanation. But for people out there that feel like, because we always revert back to community. In every situation, you need community, right? So in a situation like this, you're trying to let something go, and this doesn't apply to me, but I know some people do genuinely feel like, okay, I don't have anybody, I don't have family, I don't have friends, I don't have insurance, so I can't, because me and John were talking about this the other day, like, it is so unfortunate that some people feel like they can't get, we don't have access to certain resources because you don't have insurance to pay for therapy. So you're stuck with getting, paying for a cheap therapist that may not really be beneficial, or, you just don't have the resources to get the help that you truly need.
Yeah.
So in situations like that, when you don't have family, you don't have friends, you can't get a good therapist, what do you do?
So what I've done, and it's going to take some time and some effort if you're really prioritizing loving yourself, right? I did focus on my spiritual development and connecting, relying on delving into my spirit. And then what came of that was a system of support. So in my process, I go to my divine counsel first, right? That's
But
always.
how did you find a divine counsel? Like, who put you on to that? You know what I'm saying? For
No,
someone
no.
that
What I'm saying is, when you ask for it sincerely, it shows up.
it shows up. There you
Yeah,
go. Okay.
shows
Yeah,
up.
there you go.
Shows up. So then I have this very personal relationship with the divine, right? And so I can work a whole lot of stuff out. If it gets super confusing, or if something seems extremely overwhelming there, then I do have elders and I do have sisterhood in which I can help, that helps me process. But there are a lot of people who do feel very siloed in their experiences. And I did feel that, where I was like, I don't have anyone that I feel like I can trust or understands me enough. And I don't even really understand myself enough in some of these transitions. to have these very vulnerable conversations with them. And so I really went internal and in connecting to the divine, to the source, to seek and gather those resources. That's I don't know what else to say, but that's what really works for me, right?
I think that also helps you learn your core when
It
you sit,
absolutely does.
because, and I was talking about this with a friend today. We were talking about loneliness and being alone and how that has a negative connotation to it. But sometimes you have to go into your cocoon, right? Caterpillars go into the cocoon on their own,
On their
and
own.
they go on their own, and you have to sit, sometimes you versus you, the journal, journaling, going on YouTube, like it's you versus, and that's how you learn who you are at your core. And then, like mom said, and spirit's there too, like that's also that, like that's a form of that. When you have your divine, that's you versus you as well.
Right.
But as far as like other human beings, sometimes you just need yourself anyway.
I think that people are skipping a very important part in the lifespan development. When we are born, we're dependent, right? When we move into a phase where we're independent, and in that independency is where we do learn our core, right? Where we do connect to the divine. We start to put together the pillars of our strength, of our foundation. And then we move into relationships and stuff that create an interdependence. When we skip that independence phase, we move from dependency to codependency, right? So within, everyone needs to have that moment where they really just are learning themselves. And that conversation, that exploration does, for me, it happened with the divine, with source, having that space. And then now I can hold space and be held by others and so on and so forth in a more, community oriented. And I'm not taking too much and I'm not giving too much, because I did have that time to explore myself with the divine in the independent phase. Yeah.
There's this saying, last thing here, that says that the medicine that you need is always available to you. Like, no matter where you are in life, what you really need is always there. You just have to,
find it, get it.
not even find it. It's there.
Allow it.
It's
It's
there.
always there.
There's
You
been
don't
so many times, for example, like I recently just started cooking with oregano, like for no reason. Like I just found it and I was like, oh my God, this smells amazing. And I'm pouring on everything. Come to
Girl,
find out,
oregano is
it's so bomb.
tasty.
But I just found
I
out,
forgot
but then
when
I
I
found
started.
out that I need oregano oil for my health. And I'm like, I literally knew it was there. It's there. Like the things will find you and you don't even know it. You just have to open yourself up. So when you're letting go, just kind of sit still and ask for that to be. And sometimes you got to ask, like, please make it blatantly clear what I need right now, or please send help in a very blatantly clear way.
I'm gonna give it a little tidbit. I've counseled some folks in this way. When you are really in a space where you just don't know what to do, right? The letting go is intense, or you just don't have the direction. You can get a little tea light candle, right? Place it on your nightstand or someone close to where you are sleeping. If your inclination, your spiritual system is to speak to whatever your understanding of God is, you do that. If it is to speak to your ancestors, you do that. In this particular process, I would advise people to call forward the DNA of their lineage, because that is very personal to you, right? And so you put that tea light candle and you express from the deepest parts of your soul, of your heart. You speak to them like we speak, right? Very candidly. You don't have to come with any proper language and doesn't have to sound a certain way. You just express very freely from your heart. What is it that you need? What is it that you need? Like totally open yourself. And you light that candle. You express yourself very freely, and you go to sleep. You go to sleep. You let it go in those moments and you go to sleep. And if you need to repeat that process However many times you need to do that, you do that, and you literally let it go.
Yeah.
And in those moments, that expressing from the deepest parts of your heart, of your vulnerability, activates something in the spiritual spaces, in the mundane spaces. To the support will reach you in a way that in the way that you need. It moves mountains. But the point is, a part of letting go does require you to be extremely vulnerable and open. Extremely vulnerable and open to receiving the help that you might need to let go. I've been there plenty of times. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get from point A to point B. I really don't know.
I literally just said that in a prayer. I was like, I don't even know what it is, but I'm passing it to you. I'm handing it over.
Thank you.
Here. I can't even name it, but I'm handing it over. You can identify it and take it.
They say that, like,
let go, let God.
Let go and let God.
Over. Let go and let God.
There's a song I like. That's a gospel song that says that.
Do whatever you can do, and then notice when you're at that threshold where you've done all you can do. You open up and allow the divine to move through your life, to take care of those things that you can't see, that you don't know, that you don't understand. So it's just in the letting go process, there's a lot of beauty in learning how to be held. Learning how to be held by community, learning how to be held by the divine.
By yourself.
By yourself. Say that. Learning how to be held by yourself. Just really embracing that part of that decay and death process so that you can just live a really fulfilling and vibrant life. That's the goal here. Let's not get lost. Let's not lose sight of that is the goal. And letting go, clearing is an integral part of that. I know people who are on a spiritual path, like, everybody wants to collect all these modalities. I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to do that. I want to be proficient in this. I want to offer this. I want to offer that. And haven't spent any time in the clearing process, the purging process, that you keep adding things and certifications and modalities and ways to this on top of and on top of and on top of. And the things that are underneath that need to be released become rancid and toxic, and they start to stink, and they start to show up in different ways, and they start to compromise all of the other things that you've gathered and picked up along the way, right? That could be a benefit to yourself and others. So Maya's like, are you? So it's important to let go, cleanse, clear, purge.
If I were y'all, I would ask people before I work, if you're going to someone for healing or spiritual guidance, I would ask them, what have you let go of? I would ask them, because I guarantee you the majority of these people ain't doing that. They're not doing it. They're not. I don't even want to get massages from people no more, for real, because I'm like, what are you like in your real life? Like, what are you holding on to for you touch me? What's going on? And I know enough people to know that there's not a lot of people doing the work and letting go with them.
Who let go.
Who just release.
And thankfully, I have an elder mother, Mami Fetayo, who's a master at the letting go thing, like the releasing from the womb thing. Like, she is on it. And so,
non-attachment.
You can trust those resources. But you can also build that within yourself, but just keep that at the forefront, and don't see the letting go as antagonistic or as an attack. It's just the process of what needs to be done in order for you to bloom, more fully.
And it's no pressure. It's no pressure. No. It's no pressure, because I feel like one thing that may be important to say is, like, just always honor where you're at. If you feel like you need to let go of this right now and this is where you want to go, but you get there and you're like, now I want to go here, or maybe I need that again. Like, honor wherever you're at in the moment, because that happens. Like, I used to be like kind of scared because I'm like, well, what if I let go of this and go here, and then in 2 years I want something different? Then in 2 years, let go and grab something else. And that's non-attachment. You just honor exactly where you're at in the moment.
In the moment. Be honest.
And that's why I don't think I need to get married, because I really I might be like,
y'all was calling me toxic.
5 years later, I might be like, actually, I just can't. I don't know. But anyways.
Okay, let's get into the last game.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't. This was hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead. Who's leading the game?
Two truths. So we're gonna be playing two truths and a let go. So in two
Okay.
truths and a let go, we're each gonna say three things. Two things we have successfully let go, and one that we have not. And the rest of us are gonna guess what it is. What the thing that we haven't let
Have
go
not let go
of
is.
is. Yeah.
Right.
I hope mine is not too obvious.
Go, Mom. I hope it's not either
You
because
want
I
me
want it
to
to be
go first?
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so two truths and let go. Thirst for travel. Being a warrior, the inclination to fight.
Say it.
Eating meat.
Well, I know you're not letting go of fried chicken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wait, so that would be and Mom, okay, so eating meat, the let go. Right. So
That's what she hasn't let go of. You're
no,
not
that's what
done
you
eating
haven't
meat.
let go of. Yeah, the way that you stated these statements were a little confusing, but were you trying to say that you're letting go of eating meat?
Kaya, yeah, she's done. All these things are things that she's saying she's
Yeah,
letting go
no
of.
ma'am.
She
No
did that right.
ma'am.
You're not letting go of eating meat.
So that's definitely the
That's
lie.
it. That's the lie.
And because of course, yes, you have a thirst for travel. Yes, that's a truth
But
for
she's
sure.
letting go of that.
I let it go.
Yes, you would. You would let go of the. I can see you letting go of the thirst. I think the game's confusing you a little bit.
It is
We're
confusing
listing
me.
three things. All three of
But
them we're telling
that
each
you
other. Hold
have
on. Shh.
let
All
go.
three of them we're telling each other. These are the three things that I've let go.
Right.
One of them they did not let go yet. So she's saying she let go of travel, the thirst for travel. She let go of the need to be a warrior, and she let go of eating meat. You did not let go of eating meat, Mom. You did not let go.
But I don't feel like you let go of the thirst of travel.
I think she did. I think this was
But
a
over
recent.
me. But over
I
me.
think
You
this
did
was
say
a recent.
you did say you needed to chill out.
These are
But
all recent advances, and
yeah.
she's so. Go ahead and tell us
You're not
that you're still eating meat.
not letting go of eating meat. Yeah, I guess it confused me a little bit, but you're not letting go of that.
You know what? So I feel like I should have picked a different.
Well, it
Yeah.
just was the way you paused before you said it. Also,
Right. You did.
that was a
Yeah.
little. You gave it away to me.
Churches hate to
But I
see us
also would have
coming.
picked that anyway. But you did give it away.
That
Were you trying
two-piece
to do reverse
that two-piece
psychology?
piece
Like,
hate to see us coming.
well, that's supposed to be reverse psychology. Yeah, you weren't giving up fried chicken.
No.
I've seen you in
Yeah.
many phases, and fried
Food.
chicken has been in all of them.
No, literally.
I am
Yeah,
so
We was
Mom.
tired of y'all right
And
now.
Mom,
I
even
feel like I
like,
should pick a
yeah, just I
different
mean fried
one.
chicken, of course, but you still even like your lamb and like you're not let meat. You should have been, if you were gonna try to say I'm letting go of meat, you should have been more specific on one type of meat. But just to say meat in general, like
damn. Not she's
it's
a
okay. Just,
carnivore before anything
I was
else.
just about to say that I'm a carnivore. I'm clearly a carnivore
No, you
here.
are.
I'm
I don't think you understand. You have an intimate
yeah.
relationship with eating meat.
No, I do not.
No.
I
Fried
have an
chicken,
intimate
you love your fried
relationship
chicken. I'm not gonna
with
say
fried chicken.
intimate.
No,
Yeah.
fried chicken. Like,
But still, I just don't ever see you just like cutting meat out completely. But I couldn't do that either, so
well, that's true because even when I was vegan for a year,
yeah.
2 years, I was like, I'm still gonna have my mother's oxtails.
And I'm still gonna
Exactly.
have fried chicken every
Exactly.
now
That's what
and
I'm
then.
saying. Like things like oxtails, like there's just
Oh,
some
you didn't?
No, I
Oh.
actually did not eat fried chicken when I was
That's why I
vegan.
said intimate relationship, because oxtails, like there's a
Oxtails,
emotional.
I'm still going to have my mother's oxtails, and I'm
it's
still
still
going
meat.
to have curry goat at
It's
least
still meat.
once a year. No.
Yeah, yeah. That's the
I
point.
agree with you guys that you're right. Like I won't.
You wouldn't. I could see you giving up those other two things for sure. But that's good. That's news that you're letting go of the,
The
just like the
thirst for
traveling
travel.
and thirst was a very specific word to
Yeah,
use.
it was.
Thirst for travel, and you used words that said you're letting go of the thirst. You didn't say
You're letting go of traveling, but you're letting go of
the words that you used were very divisive, Pooh. So what are you
it's
really
the
letting
thirst
go
for
of?
travel as well. She
She thinks she's over
she's
it.
over
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
No, so yeah, I think travel, like I had a thirst for travel and then travel had a hold of me. That was the part where I was like, well, wait a minute now. I didn't agree to this. Like
Oh,
when I
word.
want to sit still, it still will beckon me in ways that I can't even
Not
say
begging
no.
you.
It will come in ways I can't say no. And I'm like, I'm over it. But I did put this out in the universe. I really did. You be more specific, y'all. Be specific about what you want.
I know.
I just
Me and
said,
Mama Ipata were on the phone the other day talking about that. We said we asked for these, but we forgot that.
listen, be specific because I asked for travel many years ago, and everyone who knows me knows
Honey,
it.
travel found you.
I
And
She been on
what
more
you want
planes
to?
this month than Beyonce, this year than Beyonce.
Yeah, honey.
I'm like,
You
please
then
unhand me, unhand me.
literally traveling had you by the
Shorty
neck,
racked up them
baby.
flight miles. Where we going for my birthday with the miles that you got? They gotta be somewhere.
No, for
Fly
real.
me to your Aruba.
Okay,
Oh,
Maya, your turn.
all right. Go.
Okay. All right. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And these are all relative. So, one, letting go of the need for validation, the need for external validation.
Mm-hmm.
Two, letting go of, so you know how they say like recreational, letting go of smoking hookah, but not recreational, like at the house. Letting
Mm-hmm.
go of smoking hookah, letting
At
go
the
of the need
house.
for validation, yes, and letting
Okay.
go of my hair. What?
Your
And these
hair.
are my hair. I made a
Okay, well,
commitment. I made commitments to do all three of these as of like the last week.
Okay, letting go of your hair. I don't be more
Cutting it
specific.
off. Cutting it off. So my
Okay,
hair,
go the letting go
hookah.
of hookah, letting go of validation,
the
letting
need for external validation, and then my hair.
Okay, so it's in between hookah and validation.
nope,
Okay.
nope, nope. She can let go of hookah. She can let go of validation. She's gonna have a struggle with the hair. That's
But she
that's
has
what
to
I'm
let it.
dying.
What's your
But
choice,
she
Kaya?
has to let it go.
I
Yeah,
was
but
told that doesn't mean I have to.
that
But you
doesn't mean
go.
that she's still like that's the thing.
Oh,
She's
well, I thought you
hair.
had to. From
It's
what
the
I
hair.
understood, I thought you had to.
I'm
So,
I'm sticking with the hair. I
What do
put
you think,
hair
Kaya?
is my vote.
I'm gonna say validation because I would love that for you. So I'm gonna hope
Kaya,
that's
you're not getting the point of the game. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
wait. Letting
I'm
go of
gonna hold your
validation.
hand
Okay,
when I say this.
right. I would love that for you. So that would be something that I would have want.
No, that's not how you're
I
supposed to
would want that to be
answer.
a truth, right? I would want
So
that to be a
exactly.
truth.
So what do you think is
No.
not
The
the
Okay.
truth?
the thing you have to select is the one that she's not, that she's
Not
stuck on.
that she
Yes.
hasn't let go, right? So
Yes.
I said that
Validation?
wrong.
Yes.
No, that's why I said
So what do you think
I
it
want
is?
that to be a truth. So truth hair, I guess hookah then.
Okay. Both of you are wrong. I have
Validation.
easily been able to let go of my hair. I'm committed to that. I'm just waiting on to get the color and stuff. Hookah, I am not gonna be smoking that in the house. I would love to let go of the need for external validation. And I don't mean from people that I don't know, but there are people in my life that I respect and love. And I would say also from like divine guidance, I'm still those two, and I'll be honest, I'm struggling to let go of the need for validation from you, mom, and from spirit. So
I
it's
should
a
have stuck with
struggle.
my answer.
It's such a struggle. Like it's such a struggle. And I'm
I
like,
should have
that is
stuck with
still
my
external
answer.
validation. I know. That was a lot.
I didn't know that you I didn't know that I even validated you. Like I didn't know that was a thing.
But
No, like, why
Girl.
are you looking at me like that? I really didn't
Mom,
know.
every
Should've
time
stuck with my
something good
answer.
happens, I call you. Like it's like
That's
I
what I'm about to say.
literally
Like,
FaceTiming me, and then I'd be like, I'm gonna call you right back, and then she sends me. So here's what I noticed, Kaya, when I'd be like, I'm gonna call you, Maya, I'm gonna call you right back, and then if a little bit of time passes, you'll say okay, but that's because you want to remind me that I haven't called back yet.
yeah.
You think I didn't know that, right?
You might be trying to be
I'm like,
slick.
okay, it's been 20 minutes.
Might be
Okay.
trying to be
Okay,
slick.
to remind me I haven't called back. Okay, but back to this. Oh,
And
Might
then
be
I
trying to
had
be
a
slick.
dream that would
no,
because I
they
asked, I prayed about it. I was like,
wonderful though. Like I don't even I don't even understand
what do you mean?
the validation of what do you mean? Like I
Just
don't.
about I'm realizing that I'm struggling with the need for external validation. Period. Like I
Mm,
should only need to be validated by myself, meaning
you're
like
right.
That's
You're
it.
right.
That's
Approval.
exactly
What I
needs
should have
to
said.
approval,
Like,
validate, exactly, validation, approval. Like I need someone to say, hey, even though I know
You're doing wonderful.
you're doing wonderful, this is great, that's a great idea, I still need to hear it from
Okay.
somebody else.
And there's nothing wrong with that because I think you're doing an amazing job.
But it's a need. I shouldn't need to hear that. It should be nice. I should know that more with, I
No,
should
she
know
shouldn't need to
100%
need.
within myself.
Nobody should
That's
need
a
to
lack
hear
of
that.
self. That's not
Yeah.
a need for validation before I can feel secure to move forward is a little bit different.
At this age, but do you think that may have no? Because I validated you guys a lot when you
But I feel like it's because you're not just my mom, you're my teacher in a lot of ways as well. And so
there.
so you know, and so but I know that, and then the path that I'm on right now, it's heavy on self-validation only, and so and I can't talk about a lot of things now either, which is a problem too.
Good.
But I'm like, so if I
No,
can't tell my,
it's not a problem. It's by design, so you can be
it's by
self-validated.
design, exactly. So that's what I would like to let go of, but
Wow, that
Yeah.
was super revealing, Maya. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
So initially, I was right. Initially, because I
You
was like, I
were
would love
right,
that for
Maya.
you. That's why I was like, I would love that
You
for you.
sensed that
No,
was
you didn't. No, you didn't get the question.
sensed it
My
that
yes, initially I was right because I said I want that for you, but you're struggling with that. But I said I want
you
that for
read
you.
it. You read it, Kaya. You read it right.
See, Maya not trying to give me my props, baby. Give them to me.
I don't
Give
think you guys are understanding the game. So if you
No,
said I would love
right. I answered.
it doesn't matter whether she understood it or not. She read that
I
right.
still read that right. Yeah.
Sure.
Anyways, whatever, Maya. My three things, because Maya don't know how to give props when they do. But
Well, because she isn't validating herself, it's hard for her to validate others.
That's so not true. That's actually literally not true. And I'm trying to move on so we don't have to get into it too much. So Kaya, go ahead.
It's hot mic. It's hot mic.
Ain't nothing to get into.
It is, but you know, I always burn it up.
And
So
don't
let's
call
keep
me
going.
afterwards trying to get into it.
You actually do.
Exactly. So let's keep going.
Okay. So, because like I said, yeah, so clearly I misunderstood the game a little bit. So hopefully y'all are able to
rearrange.
So,
Rearrange. You need to make some adjustments in the moment now that you understand.
No, I don't think so. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm making three statements, right? Okay, boom. So, one, I have become more comfortable singing around people. Two, I only need one alarm clock. Am I starting off wrong already?
Keep going. Maya, be quiet.
Okay.
I only need one alarm clock to wake up. And three, I've learned to focus and prioritize one thing at a time.
Okay, you're not waking up to one alarm clock. That's the lie.
Okay,
What
what's
you
the
think?
first one?
I'm getting more comfortable singing around people.
You're definitely not waking up to one alarm clock.
I don't know. These are good, Kaya. These are good. Those two, getting more comfortable singing around people.
Have you seen her alarms?
Have you seen her alarms? I'm standing there with the singing around people.
Okay, Mom said the singing around people. Maya, you said the alarms. And both of y'all are wrong.
So when have you sung around people recently?
No.
And when did you wake up to what alarm?
No, literally now. Like I can do that now.
Okay, good. But the singing.
Okay, good. So when did you sing?
The singing. No, I'm saying like I'm more comfortable singing around people. Just like.
How do you know? Give us an example. When did this happen?
The idea of it doesn't scare you as much.
That's what. Okay, the idea of it. Yeah, it doesn't scare me as much. I feel like I can't.
Have you done it?
Not exactly, but I don't know how to explain it then, but I just know like I'm more comfortable just like singing in general. Okay, maybe I should have just said like in general, public general. I don't really know.
Okay, so what's the third one?
The third one was I'm working on I've learned to only prioritize and focus on one thing at a time. Y'all should have known that was a lie, because y'all know
I thought that was easy.
No, I thought you really have been doing that.
I thought that's what you've been doing.
No, guys. I mean, maybe right this instant, but like you guys should
Damn.
know, I feel like that was kind of a given. Like in general, you guys know I'm trying to like do multiple things at once. Like that's why it's hard for me to accomplish something, because I'm worried about trying to, like, y'all know how my mind operates.
I
So
didn't
it's
know
hard for
that.
me
I don't think we
to
knew that.
focus.
So you know what
No,
I
mom
think?
knew that. Mom
No,
definitely knew that.
so what I
And Marcy,
think,
you knew that.
here's a revealing thing for me in this moment.
Y'all knew that.
I project your successes ahead of you because I'm like, yay, yeah, she is getting over that, and clearly no. Like
I definitely just heard
Yes.
alarm clock and was like, "There's no way she's waking
There's
up
no-
to an alarm."
And-
It
And I
didn't
knew
matter
that was
what else
gonna
you
be a
said.
good one. I knew that was gonna be a good one to throw in there because I knew y'all was gonna. I knew
You
mine
did good with
but
yours, though. You did
no,
good.
no way. Thanks.
You did
You
really
really
good.
did. You really did.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Good job.
Thanks.
Okay, so it's the singing. Which one is the one you're not? You haven't let go of the priority.
Prioritizing one thing.
Out of this.
But like, I don't know how you guys are confused on that. Like, it's hard for me to prioritize one thing, to focus on one thing. I've always
I
been
really didn't know that.
In this new journey, you know what you're doing now that you've kind of been, you know, whatever.
yes, with this one thing, yes. I'm
I
kind
think I'm halfway right.
But
though.
I'm just confused. You seem really focused on when you start doing something. You seem really focused on that. I'm trying to think of what
I don't
else.
think you
Like,
give yourself more credit for how you can focus.
yeah, I really don't see what else are you juggling right now.
Because you be focused, baby. You be focused.
I'm just
Yeah.
confused. I'm genuinely like, what all do you have? Like,
y'all eat me up.
My
Like I
answer
said,
one.
with-
I think my answer one.
yeah, yours did because she hasn't sang in front of nobody. So go ahead right now. Go ahead.
and I knew y'all was gonna do that. No.
Hit a little 1-2.
What song should she sing?
No, we're not even gonna get into that.
We're not gonna do it? No.
No.
But you said you gave it up. You let
Okay,
it go.
on the spotlight. On the
It's not
spotlight
You
is
Mama
let
still
it go.
different.
You
The
let it
spotlight
go.
is still different. I like to
You
do
let
it on my own time. I like to do it on my own
Mom
time.
was right.
I was right. Thank you.
I like
Thank
to
you.
do it on my own
I
time,
was right.
not on the spotlight. On my own time.
It's just us in
That's not
here.
the same. Everybody can sing on their own time.
Kai, Mom was right.
Thank you.
Okay, well, both of them are right to me, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Whatever.
You did good. I'm glad that you brought 3
For
things.
the record, everyone, Kaya has
Maya?
an amazing voice. Did you flip her out?
I did.
What did you say, Maya?
I'm glad that she brought 3 things. Like,
Because that was a shot. Maya always trying to be slick with it. And
it
then act
wasn't
like
a shot. I genuinely am proud.
Why are you so genuinely
Our
proud?
hot mic is getting real hot right now. Let's
wrap it up.
let's
Because someone needs to go let go of that
Maya.
anger. Okay.
See what I mean? Like nobody's even upset.
Oh boy. Okay, so we did the we did the game. You know, we kind of moved through this whole letting go, staying stuck, identified a lot of angles of that, you know, what it actually means to let go, the processes possibly of letting go, support you may need, mechanisms around that, identifying what it feels like, what it looks like to stay stuck, commitments to let go. And there's in some simpler ways, you know, there's some trivial things that you can practice letting go before you get into the meat of some heavier. Are y'all okay? Y'all look like y'all,
We
y'all
gotta
look
have our
like y'all had a
wind down
fight
from
or
our.
something. You guys look like y'all
We
had
have
a
to
fight.
wind down from our siblings. From our siblings' bad.
It look like y'all are not okay. Like
We just gotta decompress.
anyway, thank you again to our viewers.
Thank
You
you.
guys are amazing for adding your commentary, your thoughtfulness, your insight into the chat. We always like this. One of my favorite things about doing this, honestly.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Also, to close out, everybody that's listening, whether you're listening on a podcast app or watching our live, we are on all streaming services. This episode will be available to listen to tomorrow and also to watch on YouTube. Season 1 is all on YouTube, and season 2 will be on YouTube and all streaming services. So,
Yes. And our next episode, we are hoping to have a guest.
Mhm.
ooh, let's mix it up.
Yes. So
So stay
we
tuned
love
for
you
that.
all. Thank you for joining us again in this season of 2025. We're going into the Lunar New Year, you know. The new moon, the first new moon of the month. Okay, we'll talk about it another time. But yeah, we appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Love you.
Toodles. Y'all have a great night. Get some
Signing
rest.
off. XOXO.
See you
See
next
you next time for season 2, episode 3.
Yes. Peace.